Uh-oh. No snakes. No snakes. Good snake. Keep on swimming. What's up, folks? Welcome to the lake. Finley's already figured out how to get herself wrapped up. We're trying something different today. We've got a little small 10 horsepower lake. We're gonna give this a few hours and see if we can figure something out. This is a kind of a tough lake and gets a lot of pressure, but a lot of shallow, flipping, visible cover and stuff, and that's kind of what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw probably throw a little square lip and just flip a few different baits and see if we can figure something out. Man, it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful out here. Full sunshine, low humidity. It's getting ready to get hot. They're calling for like mid-90s here in a couple days, so this is the last really nice day for some time, and I had the day off, so we are going to take advantage of it. Finn, what's the deal today? What are they biting on? Huh? What are they biting on? Yeah? You think we're going to flip some kind of crawl up in there, or maybe a jig or something? Yeah, she don't know. She's just happy to be out here. So let's jump this boat in, see if we can snatch up a couple. There we go. Ooh. Black and blue. Fish hit it good too. Alright folks, first fish of the day. This is a black and blue 1/2 ounce Cumberland Pro Procaster, and I got a big bite baits chunk on there like sapphire blue. That was a good bite, man. Just hopping it and it just kind of went away. Oh, another one. Getting some bites on the old jig. There we go. Came off that little piece of wood and line went slack, man. That's how they're biting it. They're look at that. I mean, they're eating it, dude. They're definitely eating it. See how that wire's right there? Fish is not getting off. No way. Jesus Christ. Wake up the dead. There you go, baby fish. In here, that's a fat sucker there, boy. Look how that fish is built. Jeez. Yeah, a little tank, man. Getting a lot of bites on this jig. This is fun, man. Skipping it underneath it. That sucker is, dang. Looks like he's about 5'1", about 170. That's awesome. Look at that. I mean, he's hooked right where he's supposed to be hooked. Getting a lot of bites. This is fun, man. This is fun. Just skipping that little jig up underneath those little overhanging trees. catching us some fish. They're not all big, but they all count. I might give this jig a little bit more, and then we're gonna throw like a spinner bait. Maybe pitch a little crawl around, see if we can get a little bit bigger bite. I don't know if it'll work or not, but and if it doesn't, it's fine. We'll just fish a jig. Having fun. Love catching them on jig. Dang, boy. Whew. Midday report. We are catching fish. We're having fun. I've not caught any giants, but it is fun just to kind of pick a creek, go down the creek, and there is a ton of cover, and just flip a jig and a crawl and stuff at visible cover. And the best bait so far today has been, this is a 1/2 ounce Cumberland Pro Lures Procaster, and I've got a Big Bite Baits chunk, black and blue. I've got the chunk threaded up on there. Sometimes I hang it, sometimes I thread it. I don't really know why, I just threaded it on there today. This Big Bite Baits chunk's a little bit meatier, so you can actually thread the chunk up on there a little bit better. I'm just throwing it on 16-pound Sunline, and I've got this 7'3" Virtus Ranger and a die with the Tula reel. But another bait that I've been getting a few bites on is this Yamamoto, I think it's called a baby fat craw. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's real subtle. It's just a kind of a do nothing crawl, and just got a 1/4 ounce weight. And that's something that I was fishing with Doug Cheatham. You saw the video, and he was throwing like a Jean LaRue salt crawl, just kind of a do nothing crawl. And I was throwing a lot of stuff in front of him. He was whacking them behind me. So when I made that switch to do nothing crawl, I started getting bit. So this is similar, and I am getting some bites. We're still hunting for some bigger fish. Water temps are 83 degrees and about 1.5 foot, maybe 2 foot of visibility. It's kind of pea green back here. Got a little bit of wind. Finley's ducked out. She's just been staying in that little makeshift doghouse. That sun's brutal on her black fur. She can't hang. We're going to continue to cover a little bit more water. I have thrown a square bill around a little bit. Haven't got any bites on that. And I've thrown a spinnerbait a little bit with no success. But it seems like they're wanting something flipping. So I like doing that. And we're just going to continue to flip down the bank with the old black and blue jig. Gotta take those chances. Gotta flip your jigs, keep your jig up in there. Got the auto Trieve. Maybe I can sneak that auto Trieve in there and get it. Feels like a fishing line or something. Got it. Ha! Look at that, guys. I knew I got a bite. So I thought I had a bite. Kind of halfway set the hook. Got hung up. Auto Trieve. Saved the day. That's picture worthy. The bite's gotten kind of tough, guys. I mean, we really haven't had a bite in a while, and I'm running out of lake. This is a pretty small lake. We've been kind of focusing on these areas that got a little bit of deeper water next to them. It seems like the more flatter stuff I'm not getting bit on, and you know, the shade, of course, and just kind of skipping that jig up underneath there and just letting it fall. We're just kind of covering. These fish have been like swimming off with it. It's just been pretty cool. You know, I haven't really felt a bite of just every one of them. I mean, I'd say 90% of them, the line is just kind of just started swimming off to the side. So that's something to look for. And, you know, we're not catching giants, and that's typical of big fish. A lot of times you don't feel them, but usually a little fish, you feel like a tick, tick, tick. And that's not what's been going on today. They've just been picking this bait up and swimming off with it. So it's real crucial to watch your line, because you'll miss those bites. If you're sitting there waiting for a thump or something, it's not happening. They're just picking it up. You know, mainly on the fall, I guess, is what's going on. You know, probably catch some of these fish with a swim jig, and I could swim this jig a little bit too, but we're having fun, man. We're having fun. This lake's not known for its big fish. It's got a lot of smaller fish, but they bite, and we will definitely set the hook on them when they do. Dang, it came off that wood. They're in here shallow, guys. It's a better fish. Hey man, we having fun out here. This little jig and this little chunk. Man, let's get it done. We're catching some fish. We're catching some fish. Scrappy little suckers. Man, I love it, dude. Just going along here, pitching a jig. All kinds of visible cover. This is fun, man. It takes me back to a simpler time in a simpler way. All right, we're gonna switch it up. I know I can get a bite on a jig. Let's see if I can get a bite on this little craw. This is just a little Yamamoto craw on a 1/4 ounce sinker. So we're gonna pitch this thing around. Everything I've been getting bit on is black and blue, but that's the only color I've thrown. I don't know. Yeah, they'll hit this thing, I think. There you go. One little craw. Had a couple follow this up. Get smaller though. I wasn't supposed to be working that way. There we go. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Go look at another creek. Got a little bit more time. It's really flat right here, and I just feel like go and check something else out. There he is. I need that shade. Jig's the deal, man. I'm getting it good. They're really picking it up and swimming off with it. This is fun. Another one there. Lake is full of small fish. There he is. Caught us another one. All right, folks, that's gonna wrap it up. Man, we had fun out here just throwing this little Cumberland Pro Lures Procaster around with the big bite baits. Chunk. We caught some rats, but you know, we caught some decent sized fish, no bigs, but it doesn't matter. We just kept our heads down. Flipping a jig, skipping a jig, having fun, man. Just going old school. This black and blue. This is a color that's been around forever, and it still works as good as ever. Just throwing this 7'3" Ranger, 15 pound, 16 pound test, something like that, and just covering water, man. Just covering water, flipping anything that's visible. Most of our fish came in like 2 to 6 foot. The best areas were close to deeper water. This is a pretty flat lake, so there's just little key stretches that I've been finding that hold fish, and that's where we caught majority of our fish. Majority of the fish were, you know, deep water, and when I say deep, I mean like 10 foot. Was close. A lot of flat stuff. I didn't really get bit on much of the flat stuff. It had to be around that deeper water, but give this little jig a try. It's great. Thumbs up if you appreciate the content. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, it was fun. I enjoyed this stuff. Just head down, whatever's in front of you, that's what we're fishing.